Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Anukriti Sharma, Professor in SAGE Group. Welcomes you all in this new presentation, the process of communication. So before starting the presentation, first we understand what is communication. So communication is a process of creating and sharing ideas, information, views, facts, feelings, etc. among the people to reach a common understanding. Or we can say communication is a simply the act of transferring information from one place, person, or group to another. And every communication involves one sender, a message, and a recipient, which we will study in the subsequent slides. So, start our presentation with components of communication. The communication process has several components that enable the transmission of a message, and these components are sender, encoding, message, channel, decoding, receiver, and feedback. In the subsequent slides, we will discuss each and every component in detail. So the first component is sender. The sender or the communicator is the person who initiates the conversation and has conceptualized the idea that he intends to convey to others. Second component is encoding. The sender begins with the encoding process wherein he uses certain words or non-verbal methods such as symbols, signs, body gesture, etc. to translate the information into a message. And the sender's knowledge, skills, perception, background, competencies, etc. has a great impact on the success of the message. Third one is message. So once the encoding is finished, the sender gets the message that he intends to convey. The message can be written, oral, symbolic, or non-verbal, such as body gestures, silence, signs, sounds, etc., or any other signal that triggers the response of a receiver. Communication channel. When sender gets the message, he must choose a medium through which he wants to convey his message to the recipient. The choice of medium depends on the communication situation. It must be selected carefully in order to make the message effective and correctly received by the recipient. For example, when dealing with confidential information, direct face-to-face interaction or a sealed letter are more effective channels than a telephone conversation. Receiver. The receiver is the person for whom the message is intended or targeted. He tries to comprehend or understand it in the best possible manner. The degree to which the receiver decodes or understands the message depends on his experience, knowledge of the subject matter, trust, and relationship with the sender. Decoding. The receiver interprets the sender's message and tries to understand it in the best possible manner. And effective communication occurs only if the receiver understands the message in exactly the same way as it was intended by the sender. Feedback is the final component and one of the important factors in the process of communication. Feedback is essential in communication so as to know whether the recipient has understood the message in the same terms as intended by the sender and whether he agrees to that message or not. And feedback also enables us to evaluate the effectiveness of our message, and the response of the receiver can be verbal or non-verbal. Barriers are known as the noise in the channel that prevents you from receiving and understanding the messages that others use to communicate, and there are chances when the message sent by the sender is not received by the recipients. So here we have reached the end of our presentation, and here you can see the diagrammatic representation of the process of communication for your better understanding. This will help you to understand the proper channel or proper process of the communication. Thank you viewers for listening and watching this video. See you soon with a new presentation. Till then, stay safe and healthy.